faithfully delivering value and interpreting great books from around the world. Hello, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today, the book we're exploring for you is called Platonic. Hearing the word intimacy, you might think this is another love guide for couples. However, the intimacy in this book doesn't refer to romantic affection, but to profound closeness in friendships. I wonder if you've ever felt this way. You've made many friends on social networks, but truly close friendships remain few. Once inseparable friends drift apart, becoming strangers who only exchange New Year greetings. Nowadays, genuine friendship is equally precious as romantic love. Yet, compared to the time and money invested in romance, we treat friendship casually. Should we just resign and let it be? If we take more initiative, could we cultivate better friendships? The author Shasta Nelson founded Girlfriend Circles, a popular North American friendship site, and is a friendship expert. Her widely read relationships column in HuffPost showcases unique insights on friendship. She believes good friends don't just appear. Friendship requires conscious nurturing like romance. In this book, she analyzes why friendship cultivation is overlooked, using the friendship triangle framework to explain how deep bonds form and thrive. All right, let's explore the first question. Why do people neglect friendship cultivation? A key reason is the digital age creating illusions of connection. You might ask, doesn't social media strengthen human connections? True, the internet makes meeting people easier than ever. Your bustling social feeds seem to show friends everywhere. But social media creates an illusion of connection. Relationships appear closer yet become shallower. Technology simplifies life's complexities. But complex human relationships demand genuine effort and patience. This one-tap way of adding friends on screens only intensifies loneliness. That's because loneliness isn't an objective state, but a deep inner feeling. It has nothing to do with the number of connections, only with their quality and meaning. Even with many likes, you might still feel profoundly lonely. Take a close look at your contacts. How many are just like buddies you never meet? And how many would actually help when you're in trouble? Loneliness, like hunger, is actually a beneficial warning signal from your body telling you what's missing. When hungry, you should eat. To replenish your energy. When lonely, you should connect with others. What happens if you ignore your body's loneliness signals? Psychologically, it breeds anxiety, depression, suspicion, and other negative emotions. Physiologically, it weakens your immune system. Beyond the internet blinding us, many simply refuse to admit loneliness. Mention loneliness, and people associate it with depression, sadness, isolation, bitterness, all negative feelings. This negative perception makes us unwilling and afraid to admit we're lonely. To say, I feel lonely, saying it feels like exposing flaws, like nobody likes me or I have no true friends. More commonly, many realize they're lonely but blindly seek more friends, hoping to ease it. Actually, we're lonely not because we lack friends, but because time together isn't fulfilling. Not because life lacks big events, but because we long to share even small things with close friends. It's not about having too many flaws or being unlikable, but needing more validation and encouragement. That's the real root of loneliness. Earlier, we said loneliness isn't about connection, quantity, but quality and meaning. To combat loneliness, we need not more friends, but higher quality friendships. Not new acquaintances, but deeper bonds with old friends. But now you found the real antidote to loneliness. High quality, intimate friendships. Now let's explore what intimate friendship is and how it's built. If you have a close friend, you can speak your mind freely with them, whether you're overjoyed or heartbroken. They'll patiently listen, fully trust your words, and consistently care about, understand, and value you. If you have a close friend, you'll find joy in doing anything together, whether traveling, shopping, or just a 5-minute phone call during lunch break. You'll share good news with them first and genuinely rejoice for them. That's the fulfillment friendship brings. If you have a close friend, you'll list them as your emergency contact. You know they'd move heaven and earth to help when needed, and you can share secrets without fear of exposure or betrayal. That's the security friendship offers. In a nutshell, intimate friendship means both feel a sense of presence, fulfillment, and security. In such a bond, everyone feels seen, trusted, and understood. So, how do we build such ideal intimate friendships? Building and maintaining intimate friendships rely on three key elements: positivity, chemistry, and vulnerability. Imagine friendship as a triangle. These three elements form its sides, creating a solid bond. The base of this triangle is positivity, the foundation and starting point of all friendships. Friendship often begins with a smile, a compliment, or a pleasant conversation. If someone consistently brings you joy, inspiration, and hope, friendship is likely. No one wants constant negativity, hypersensitivity, or volatile temperaments. Of course, positivity doesn't mean eliminating all negativity from life. After all, pain, disappointment, sorrow, and frustration are inevitable parts of life. Experiencing them together is also a precious aspect of friendship. Positivity, as a key element, means that in intimate friendships, positive interactions outweigh the negative. Research shows that in quality intimate relationships, the minimum positive to negative interaction ratio is 5 to 1. And that, meaning for every argument or disappointment, we need 5 positive experiences to maintain harmony. Think of it like a friendship bank account. Positive experiences are deposits, negative ones are withdrawals. The more positive deposits you make, the richer your friendship account becomes. With enough joyful moments saved up, you can freely cry on your friend's shoulder during tough times. That if you withdraw too much, like rarely caring for friends or forgetting birthdays, your account will overdraft and close. So being a proactive, generous friend is crucial. Interestingly, most people believe they contribute more in friendships. The author surveyed 1,000 plus people. Only 26% felt contributions were equal, while 60% thought they gave too much. Psychologists call this tendency to overestimate our contributions responsibility bias. Why does responsibility bias occur? Because we naturally focus on our own actions or similar behaviors. For example, if you often treat friends to meals but rarely get reciprocated, you'll feel you're giving more. Mm, Yet, you might overlook how they attend your birthday yearly, bring souvenirs from trips, or are first to send wishes. In friendships, shift some focus from yourself to the other person. When you notice their efforts, in any form, express gratitude freely and give positive feedback. We often feel others don't give enough. Another reason is friends failing to accurately respond to our needs. Say your parents arrange a prestigious job. Your friend immediately texts congratulations and wants to celebrate. But you actually dislike the job and resent parental interference in your career. You wish your friend understood your turmoil. We know our own feelings clearly, but others can't guess them. If you explain, "This job was forced on me, I'm unhappy," my friend won't just congratulate you, but will listen to your inner conflict. So try expressing your true feelings and needs. Only then will their sincerity and efforts truly matter. Now let's examine the second side of the friendship triangle: chemistry. With strong chemistry, you can predict each other's reactions accurately and reach consensus without lengthy discussions. This predictability creates security, making you willing to trust and nurture that chemistry. There are no shortcuts. It requires significant investment. But this investment isn't financial. It's about emotional and time commitment. What does emotional investment mean? Elevate your friend's priority level. Life constantly bombards us with urgent tasks. Your broken computer needs fixing, your messy house needs cleaning, your empty fridge needs restocking. But if you're constantly tackling chores, thinking you'll see friends when free, friendship naturally gets neglected. Friends shouldn't be afterthoughts. They should be constantly cherished presences in your heart. Many use busyness as an excuse to neglect friends, but truthfully, the busier you are, the more you need them. They relieve stress, energize you, and may even help solve problems. Your approach shouldn't be finish tasks first, then nurture friendships. First, hold friends in your heart, then arrange other life matters around those bonds. Let's review. If you often say, let's meet next time, reassess how much you truly value friendship. What about time investment? It means don't pursue efficiency in friendship. Genuine bonds need long term cultivation. Even great friends require repeated interaction and adjustment. Applying work like speed expectations may breed thoughts like, this is wasting time, or we're too different. Such utilitarian thinking is toxic. We're human, not friendship prophets. You won't know who becomes your closest friend until you open your heart to diverse people. Human performance is heavily influenced by their state. Psychological research shows emotional intelligence isn't fixed. It fluctuates between levels based on stress responses. When self-protecting or receiving support, people appear more positive and healthy. But when afraid or exhausted, they act negatively. That's why judging someone after just a few meetings is unreliable. Such snap judgments are likely biased, and you might miss out on a close friend. Building friendship isn't financial investment. We shouldn't seek high return, low effort strategies for perfect friends. Actually, with friendship, follow your heart. Open up to interesting people, spend time together, and only judge after truly knowing them. Now let's examine the friendship triangle's third side, vulnerability, a term often misunderstood. Many think vulnerability means confessing secrets or shameful things, shattering their polished image. This interpretation inevitably causes fear and unease. In friendship, vulnerability is actually handing your friend a ladder. Out of trust, we lower our defenses, letting friends scale the walls to meet our truest selves. Thus, vulnerability signifies not weakness, but inner courage and strength. It dissolves suspicion, deepens understanding, and reveals genuine hearts. For example, when overwhelmed, you can't process advice. You just need to vent. If they rationally analyze and offer solutions, you'll feel worse. Here, you could say, I'm too emotional right now to think straight. What I really need is your listening ear. That's vulnerability from understanding your needs. Though showing weakness or irrationality might feel embarrassing, your friend senses your trust and strives to understand. Your bond will deepen. Another overlooked form of vulnerability, appreciating and celebrating each other's successes. Why? How is this considered vulnerability? Because when acknowledging your friend's decency, excellence, reliability, and strength, your affection and attention toward them reveals your own shortcomings. Admiring and celebrating each other's success requires courage because our friends' shining qualities might be exactly what we lack in life, triggering insecurity or even envy. For instance, a friend graduating the same year becomes manager while you remain a small department supervisor. Hearing of their promotion, feeling slightly sour is natural. It's human nature. In this moment, saying congrats on the promotion while denying any jealousy would be dishonest. But I'd never question your success. It motivates me to work harder. Loss vulnerability expresses appreciation while transforming negativity into self-motivation. No easy feat. But once consciously practiced, your friend will treasure your bond even more because you're not giving hollow congratulations, but genuine recognition and joy for them. Additionally, you can proactively create vulnerability opportunities. Say you always meet with perfect makeup at galleries or concert halls. Try organizing camping. Setting tents, grilling under stars reveals truer selves. A cooking queen might char the meat. The astrology buff may know zero about constellations. Though imperfections surface, authentic selves are more touching. Beyond new activities, simpler is expanding conversation topics. Have deeper talks. Share childhoods. views on friendship and world, or abstract topics like dreams and faith. As topics broaden, friendship deepens and widens, building confidence because you're friends who discuss everything, truly close. Now you grasp the friendship triangle's structure and how to cultivate positivity, vulnerability, and chemistry. These three sides work precisely to elevate friendship quality step by step along the triangle. However, it must be noted that if the proportions of these three aren't balanced and developed in sync, friendship will face various issues. For example, what happens when chemistry is lacking and vulnerability is excessive? We might ramble on at gatherings, talking nonstop, sharing stories from childhood to marriage. Sadly, the thin emotional bond can't handle such info overload. This is sharing too much too soon. Although sharing and self exploration might feel good, safe, lasting intimacy needs enough chemistry and commitment to support it. Lowering defenses too early and giving your whole heart actually puts you in danger and unease. To achieve intimacy, enough chemistry and trust are needed. Conversely, what if chemistry is excessive, but vulnerability is insufficient? We already feel like lifelong friends, but we meet too rarely, just a few times a year, and unable to regularly know each other's updates and feelings. Thus, this trust filled friendship still feels lonely because wanting to care but unable to, only letting each other become the most familiar strangers. If you have a once close friend you want to rekindle with, start by increasing vulnerability. You already have enough trust and chemistry. Take a step forward to share hidden stories and feelings. Through vulnerability, opening up, you'll feel the beauty of being understood and deeply connected. All right, now let's briefly review positivity, chemistry, and vulnerability. The three sides balanced together form a solid friendship. Positivity in the triangle means that in intimate friendship, positive interactions should outweigh negative ones. While creating more positive experiences, remember to cherish their efforts. Try to actively express your needs. Chemistry requires both emotional investment, elevating friends' priority, and time investment, not overly chasing efficiency. Hmm. Vulnerability requires lowering psychological defenses, understanding and revealing your truest self, appreciating and celebrating each other's successes, and proactively starting unconventional activities to discuss new topics. In the wave of the internet, people connect with more individuals, yet loneliness only deepens. We remain isolated islands. To combat loneliness, we need not more new friends, but higher quality, intimate friendships. With the friendship triangle model, we hope you can better develop such close bonds. This concludes our interpretation of the book Platonic. Key takeaways are below the audio. See you tomorrow.